Hello, this is Julius from Basic Financials. Today I'm going to do a little video about how to report your self-employment income support scheme grants on your tax returns. There's been some confusion here. Obviously it's very new stuff, and this is the first year, the year to the 5th of April 21, where people have been putting this income on their tax returns, and there have been some issues. Now, what you probably think that you would do to start with is to put the income into your accounts. If you prepare self-employment accounts, you'd probably have a other income section, and you'd more than likely put it into there, which is a reasonable thing to do, and you can do that as well. But when you then come to put those accounts into your tax return, it could be that you have an accountant doing it. They might not know this at the moment. They soon will if they don't at the moment. But what often happens is that the income will go into that other income box, and then it just automatically goes onto the tax return. But unless you tell the system that part of that other income is self-employment income support scheme grants, it won't know, and it won't go into the right box on the tax return. And if you're doing your own tax return, you'll need to put those self-employment income, I call them SEISS. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Self-employment income support scheme grants, SEISS grants we'll call them. You need to know to put those SEISS grants in their own box. When you go through your tax return, using HMRC's software, then it asks you about the grants. Now, so don't include them in your self-employment figures. Just take them out of there if you have got them in your accounts, and then pop them in the self-employment income support scheme. Now, what happens if you haven't done that? If you've already submitted your tax return and you included it in your just in your accounts and didn't separate them out, what will happen is HMRC will think that you haven't declared your grants, but they know that you've had them, so they may well send you an assessment to say you haven't included the grants, and they'll take your profit. And in your case, you've included them in your grants within that profit, and they'll also put it onto an extra income as an assessment. So you'll be effectively paying tax twice on the grant. So if that happens, if you can submit an amended tax return to take them out of your self-employment figures, put them in that separate box, and then that will amend things and put it back to the way it should be. So that's the way to adjust it. I wouldn't even try phoning HMRC up and explaining it. Just submit an amended tax return, which you can do from the software. You'll see when you go in, where it says things you can do with your tax return, view it, all that sort of thing. Then one of the things is submit an amended return or amend your return. From the point of view of what you need to put in as well, there are 5 grants altogether, SEISS grants. We're just in the process of doing the 5th one at the moment. But probably most people will have received 3. Some people might have received 4, but probably just 3 up to the 5th of April 2021. You can put SEISS grants in as you receive them, so don't worry about the fact that what period they relate to. Because when you get the grant, that's when you report them as being received in that period. I think that's probably enough on that. If you've got any questions or comments, obviously I haven't gone into the technicalities of how to claim these grants, and the last one is a bit different from the other ones. And don't really want to answer questions on that, but yeah, where you put them on the tax return should be fine if you've got any questions or comments about that. And if you could like and subscribe to the channel as usual, and I'll see you again for another video soon. Thanks for listening.